From Jamie Lee Curtis, who turned her Hollywood legacy into an Oscar-winning career,
I just won an Oscar!
to Cameron Douglas, whose path was marked by addiction and prison time.
When you were 13, you were smoking pot. When you were 15, you were snorting cocaine.
Today, we're diving deep into the lives of 10 children of late Hollywood icons and how fame shaped their lives, for better or worse. Drew Barrymore. Let's begin with perhaps one of the most remarkable comeback stories in Hollywood history. Drew Barrymore was born on February 22, 1975, in Culver City, California, into what can only be described as Hollywood royalty. Her grandfather was the legendary John Barrymore, her great-aunt was Ethel Barrymore, and her great-uncle was Lionel Barrymore, both Oscar winners who helped define American cinema in its golden age. But Drew's father, John Drew Barrymore, was a troubled actor whose career was derailed by substance abuse, legal issues, and erratic behavior. Raised primarily by her mother, who exposed her to Hollywood nightlife at an alarmingly young age, Drew's childhood was marked by early exposure to fame and all of its most devastating pitfalls.
And where were you when she was going to parties and bars at 9?
I was never with her at bars at 9, but I would go with her to parties. There were a lot of industry functions and then private social/business functions. And when we got there, we would stay together for time. Then she would go her way and I would go my way.
Her entry into show business was almost predestined. She appeared in her first TV commercial at just 11 months old and made her film debut at age 5 in Altered States. But it was her breakthrough at age 7 with the role of Gertie in Steven Spielberg's E.T. the Extraterrestrial in 1982 that catapulted her to international fame and made her one of Hollywood's most beloved child stars. However, this early success came at a terrible price. Influenced by her mother's party lifestyle, Drew began experimenting with alcohol at age 9, marijuana at 10, and cocaine at 12. She frequented clubs like Studio 54 as a preteen and became tabloid fodder for her wild, out-of-control behavior that shocked America. By age 13, Drew's life had spiraled into complete crisis. Her mother placed her in a psychiatric institution for 18 months to address her addictions and behavioral issues. She entered rehab multiple times, including after a relapse and suicide attempt in 1989. Then came a turning point that would define her independence. In 1990, at age 15, Drew successfully petitioned for emancipation from her parents and worked odd jobs, including cleaning toilets, to support herself while painstakingly rebuilding her shattered career. John Drew Barrymore died on November 29, 2004 from cancer at age 72. Since her father's death, Drew has solidified her status as a versatile actress, producer, and entrepreneur. She continued with hit films, founded the production company Flower Films, which produced hits like Charlie's Angels, and won a Golden Globe for Grey Gardens. But perhaps most impressively, in 2020, she launched The Drew Barrymore Show, a syndicated daytime talk show that has been renewed through the 2025-26 season, with strong ratings growth of 117% in total viewers as of 2025. As of 2025, at 50 years old, Drew has achieved a 40-pound weight loss through diet and exercise changes, and she has embraced personal growth as a single mom, stepping back from acting to focus on parenting her 2 daughters, Olive and Frankie, from her marriage to Will Kopelman. Jamie Lee Curtis. Born on November 22, 1958 in Santa Monica, California, Jamie Lee Curtis entered the world as Hollywood royalty. Her father, Tony Curtis, was a celebrated star known for films like Some Like It Hot, but he struggled with personal issues, including multiple marriages and substance abuse. Her mother, Janet Lynn Gambalder, gained fame for her iconic role in Psycho. But here's the harsh reality of Jamie Lee's childhood. Her parents divorced in 1962, after which Tony was largely absent from her life, and she has publicly stated he was not interested in being a father. Jamie Lee's career, however, would become her vindication. She began with TV appearances, and her film debut was in Halloween in 1978 as Laurie Strode, establishing her as a scream queen. She reprised this role in 7 sequels, concluding with Halloween Ends in 2022. But Jamie Lee refused to be typecast. She transitioned to comedy with Trading Places in 1983, earning a BAFTA award. She starred in True Lies in 1994, winning a Golden Globe, and most recently, Everything Everywhere All at Once in 2022, earning her an Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress.
My mother and my father were both nominated for Oscars in different categories. I just won an Oscar.
On television, she won a Primetime Emmy in 2024 for The Bear. Her films have grossed over $2.5 billion at the box office, but perhaps Jamie Lee's greatest accomplishment isn't visible on screen. Her sobriety, maintained for over 25 years, is her single greatest accomplishment, bigger than any career success. She became sober in 1999 after addiction to painkillers following cosmetic surgery. In 2025, Curtis starred in and co-produced Freakier Friday, released August 8th, proving her peak influence at 66. However, in July 2025, she announced prepping to get out of Hollywood due to ageism, echoing her parents' experiences, describing the industry's aging problem as painful. Jamie Lee Curtis married actor and filmmaker Christopher Guest on December 18, 1984. They have 2 adopted daughters, including Ruby, who is transgender. Anjelica Huston. Anjelica Huston was born on July 8, 1951 in Los Angeles, California, to director and actor John Huston and Italian prima ballerina and model Enrica Ricky Soma. She is the granddaughter of actor Walter Huston, making her part of a renowned Hollywood dynasty spanning 3 generations of excellence. Her relationship with her father was complex. He was larger than life, but a relentless womanizer who grew uncomfortable with her blossoming into womanhood.
Not only women, but men of all ages fell in love with my father, with that strange loyalty and forbearance men reserve for each other. They were drawn to his wisdom, his humor, his magnanimous power. They considered him a lion, a leader, the pirate they wished they had the audacity to be. Although there were few who commanded his attention, Dad liked to admire other men.
Tragedy struck when her mother died in a car accident in 1969 when Anjelica was just 17, a profound loss that would shape the rest of her life. Anjelica's acting debut was reluctant in her father's A Walk with Love and Death in 1969, which was critically panned and led to a 12-year hiatus from acting. She pursued modeling in New York, working with legendary photographers and becoming part of Halston's Halstonettes. But her breakthrough came in her father's Prizzi's honor in 1985, winning the Academy Award for Best Supporting Actress, making her the first third-generation Oscar winner in her family. She starred in memorable roles including the Grand High Witch in The Witches in 1990 and Morticia Addams in the Addams Family films in 1991 and 1993. She dated photographer Bob Richardson from 1969 to 1973 and had a tumultuous 17-year on-again, off-again relationship with Jack Nicholson from 1973 to 1990, ending due to his infidelity. She married sculptor Robert Graham in 1992 until his death in 2008. They had no children despite attempts. Her health battles include being diagnosed with cancer in 2019, though she's now 4 years cancer-free as of 2025. In 2025, Jack Nicholson offered his home during LA wildfires, showing their enduring friendship. In 2025, Huston stars in Toward Zero and the Christmas witch trial of La Befana and reprises her role in Ballerina, the John Wick spin-off. Tatum O'Neal. Tatum Beatrice O'Neal was born on November 5, 1963 in Los Angeles, California, to actors Ryan O'Neal and Joanna Moore. Her father, Ryan O'Neal, was a prominent actor known for films like Love Story and Paper Moon, and her mother, Joanna Moore, appeared in films such as Walk on the Wild Side. But this wasn't a fairy tale Hollywood family, far from it. Tatum's Ihak Boninu parents divorced in 1967 when she was just 3 years old, and her childhood was marked by what she would later describe as a tumultuous, even abusive relationship with her father. In her 2004 memoir, A Paper Life, Tatum alleged molestation by her father's drug dealer at age 12 and physical and emotional abuse by Ryan O'Neal due to his drug use. Ryan denied these as malicious lies intended to boost book sales, creating a public family feud that would last decades. Despite this troubled childhood, Tatum began acting young, debuting in Paper Moon in 1973 at age 9, starring alongside her father. The film was a critical and commercial success, and incredibly, at age 10, Tatum became the youngest competitive Academy Award winner for Best Supporting Actress, a record she still holds over 50 years later. She also won a Golden Globe for New Star of the Year, seemingly destined for greatness. She followed with roles in The Bad News Bears in 1976 and Little Darlings in 1980, both commercial successes that established her as a bankable child star. But as often happens in Hollywood, the transition from child star to adult actress proved nearly impossible. Tatum appeared in only 5 films over 15 years after her early success, indicating a significant slowdown in her career as she struggled with personal demons. She married tennis legend John McEnroe in 1986. They had 3 children, Kevin, Sean, and Emily, but the marriage was troubled from the start, plagued by Tatum's growing addiction issues. In 2008, she was arrested for buying crack cocaine in Manhattan, charged with misdemeanor possession, and pleaded guilty to disorderly conduct, agreeing to drug treatment. Then came the health crisis that nearly ended everything. In May 2020, Tatum suffered a massive stroke from a prescription drug overdose, remaining in a coma for 6 weeks and struggling to relearn basic functions like walking and talking. Ryan O'Neal died in December 2023 from congestive heart failure at age 82. In 2025, Tatum learned she was excluded from Ryan O'Neal's will, responding with "Keep it, mother," citing ongoing estrangement. Despite this, she noted her anger is gone toward ex-husband John McEnroe ahead of their son's wedding. In 2025, Tatum expressed gratitude for surviving her addiction and stroke, vowing to never take effing drugs again. Her most recent film role was in Troubled Waters in 2020, and she remains focused on recovery and rebuilding relationships with her children. Cameron Douglas. Cameron Morrell. Douglas was born on December 13, 1978 in Santa Barbara, California, as the only child of actor Michael Douglas and his first wife, Deandra Morrell. He is the grandson of the legendary Kirk Douglas and actress Diana Dill on his father's side, placing him squarely in the center of one of Hollywood's most prominent dynasties. With such a pedigree, success should have been inevitable. He made his film debut in Mr. Nice Guy in 1997 alongside Jackie Chan, followed by It Runs in the Family in 2003 with his father and grandfather, a meta-commentary on 3 generations of Douglas men that would prove painfully prophetic. He also had a successful career as a DJ, performing globally and earning well, though this promising start was quickly derailed by escalating substance addiction. The legal consequences began piling up. In 1999, he was arrested for cocaine possession. Then came the arrest that would change everything. In 2009, he was arrested at the Gansevoort Hotel in Manhattan for possessing methamphetamine with intent to distribute, facing up to 10 years in prison. He pleaded guilty in 2010 and was sentenced to 5 years, but his troubles didn't end there. His sentence was extended to nearly 7 years after he was caught smuggling drugs into prison and failing drug tests. He spent 2 years in solitary confinement, an experience he's described as psychological torture that brought him to the brink of suicide. Released in August 2016, he transitioned to a halfway house and began the long, difficult process of rebuilding his life. Post-prison, he returned to acting with Dead Layer in 2017, The Runner in 2021, and Wire Room in 2022 opposite Bruce Willis.
How do you like to honor your family?
I mean, it is very important to me, and I think I do it just by trying to, as you say, put one foot in front of the other, do the best work that I can, be the best person that I can. I think, being there for your family, being available.
Yes.
In 2025, Cameron starred in the film Looking Through Water, reuniting on screen with his father, Michael Douglas, acquired by Good Deed Entertainment. This marked a powerful full-circle moment. Father and son working together again after years of estrangement, addiction, and imprisonment. Freddie Prinze Jr. Freddie James Prinze Jr. was born on March 8, 1976 in Los Angeles, California, as the only child of actor-comedian Freddie Prinze and real estate agent Catherine Elaine Prinze. His father, Freddie Prinze, was a rising comedy star known for his role in the sitcom Chico and the Man, seemingly on top of the world. But on January 29, 1977, when Freddie Jr. was just 10 months old, his father died from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. The death was initially ruled a suicide, but later deemed accidental in a 1983 civil case, influenced by medication and depression. Freddie Jr. has reflected on how his father's tragic experience in Hollywood initially deterred him from acting. His mother actively discouraged it because, as he put it, "That was my dad's life, and it didn't end well."
When you're a kid and you lose a parent at a young age, and anyone will relate to this, your knowledge of them is based on stealing memories of others. That's it. Like, you're just stealing, you're looking for anything. You're asking more questions than most kids. It makes you grow up a little bit faster. It probably stunts your growth in other ways. But you ask a lot of questions, you get a lot of adult stories. I mean, you got to understand, I was talking to guys like Richard Pryor, Paul Mooney, all these legends to get stories about my dad.
But eventually, the pull of performance proved too strong. He graduated from La Cueva High School in 1994 and moved to Los Angeles to pursue acting. He started with guest roles on TV shows like Family Matters in 1995 and made his film debut in To Gillian on her 37th birthday in 1996. He rose to fame with I Know What You Did Last Summer in 1997 and its sequel in 1998, becoming one of the defining faces of late 90s teen horror. This was followed by a string of teen rom-coms that made him a 90s heartthrob, She's All That in 1999, which grossed $63 million, Down to You in 2000, and Boys and Girls in 2000. He played Fred Jones in Scooby-Doo in 2002 and its sequel in 2004, cementing his status as a bankable star. On television, he starred in the sitcom Freddy from 2005-2006, though it was canceled after one season. He had recurring roles on Boston Legal from 2004-2006 and 24 in 2010, though his experience on the latter would be memorably negative. He also became a prolific voice actor, voicing characters in animations like Shark Bait in 2006, video games such as Mass Effect 3 in 2012, and the series Star Wars Rebels from 2014-2018 as Kanan Jarrus, which introduced him to a new generation of fans. He worked with WWE from 2008-2012 as a writer and producer, though his time there was marked by behind-the-scenes conflicts. His successes include winning Teen Choice Awards for Choice Movie Actor in 1999 and 2000, a Blockbuster Entertainment Award in 1999, and Kids' Choice Awards in 2000. His voice work earned Behind the Voice Actors Awards in 2013 and 2015, and a Golden Joystick Award in 2015. But perhaps his greatest success is personal, his marriage to Sarah Michelle Gellar on September 3rd, 2002, which has lasted over 23 years, a genuine Hollywood success story. They have 2 children, a daughter born in 2009 and son born in 2012. Freddie has credited this relationship with providing him the stability and grounding he needed, especially given his father's tragic end. Kate Beckinsale. Kate Beckinsale was born on July 26, 1973 in London, England, to actor Richard Beckinsale and actress Judy Lowe. Her father, Richard Beckinsale, was a beloved British sitcom star known for Porridge and Rising Damp. By all accounts, Kate's early childhood was happy, filled with love and laughter, but that happiness was shattered in an instant.
My actual father died at 31 years old. My stepfather's still alive.
31?
Yeah, he had a heart attack, a huge heart attack one day.
And he was a leading comic figure?
Yeah, he was actually an incredibly talented actor and straight actor, but what he was at that point in his career very, very known for was comedy.
So that must have been a tragedy in Britain.
It was huge, yeah. And in fact, it was 1979 when he died. And I know, was John Lennon 1980?
On March 19, 1979, when Kate was just 5 years old, Richard Beckinsale died suddenly from a massive heart attack at age 31. He went to sleep and never woke up, a tragic, unexpected loss that robbed Kate of her father and left a wound that would never fully heal. She has spoken about developing anorexia as a teenager, partly as a way to cope with the grief and the trauma of losing her father so young shaped her entire life. Despite this devastating loss, Kate pursued acting, perhaps as a way to stay connected to her father's memory. She attended the University of Oxford, studying French and Russian literature before leaving to pursue her acting career. She gained early recognition in British period dramas and romantic films, but it was her role in Pearl Harbor in 2001 that brought her international fame. She became best known for the Underworld franchise, starting in 2003, playing the vampire warrior Selene across multiple films and establishing herself as an action star. Other notable roles include Van Helsing in 2004, The Aviator in 2004, Click in 2006, Total Recall in 2012, and Love and Friendship in 2016. She has appeared in both big-budget blockbusters and critically acclaimed independent films. Kate's personal life has been marked by high-profile relationships. She has a daughter, Lily Mo Sheen, born in 1999, from her relationship with actor Michael Sheen. She was married to director Len Wiseman from 2004 to 2019. She's been linked to several other celebrities over the years, often facing intense and often cruel media scrutiny about her appearance and dating choices. But 2025 brought a new wave of devastating loss. Her mother, Judy Lowe, died from cancer in July 2025, forcing Kate to relive the trauma of losing a parent all over again. Despite these challenges, Kate remains resilient in her career. She's starring in upcoming projects and supporting causes like Blake Lively's lawsuit, standing in solidarity with other women fighting against industry harassment and abuse. Isabella Rossellini. Isabella Fiorella Elettra. Giovanna Rossellini was born on June 18, 1952 in Rome, Italy, to Swedish actress Ingrid Bergman and Italian film director Roberto Rossellini, two of the most iconic figures in cinema history.
You know, you had a mother that was a big legend. How did that shape you? Was it a little scared to have someone that, as a mother, that was such a big legend?
Of course, when I was a little girl, I didn't know, when you're an infant, you don't understand society, so you don't understand that your mother is an actress or a famous actress, so mama is mama, and then it was later on that you realize that mama I understood that mama had a big career early on, because Mama was very busy. She was often had to leave.
She holds dual Italian and U.S. citizenship and speaks Italian, French, and English fluently. She has a fraternal twin sister, Isotta Ingrid Rossellini, an adjunct professor of Italian literature, and several other siblings from her parents' various marriages. Growing up as the daughter of two cinema legends meant living in a world of impossible standards and constant comparison. At age 5, she underwent an operation for appendicitis, and at 11, she was diagnosed with scoliosis, requiring an 18-month treatment involving painful stretchings, body casts, and surgery using pieces of her shin bone, leaving incision scars on her back and shin. This early physical suffering would shape her understanding of beauty, imperfection, and resilience. Her mother, Ingrid Bergman, died in 1982, which profoundly influenced Isabella's career choices and personal reflections. At 19, she moved to New York City, attending Finch College while working as a translator and television reporter for RAI. She later earned a BA from New York University and an MA from Hunter College in animal behavior, demonstrating her intellectual depth beyond acting and modeling. Her film debut was a brief role as a nun opposite her mother in A Matter of Time in 1976. After her mother's death, she had a breakthrough as Dorothy Valens in David Lynch's Blue Velvet in 1986, earning an Independent Spirit Award. Notable film roles include Death Becomes Her in 1992, Fearless in 1993, Big Night in 1996, and Joy in 2015. In 22-24, she played Sister Agnes in Conclave, earning her first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actress at age 72, a remarkable late career recognition. She attended the 2025 SAG Awards, glowing on the red carpet, proving that talent and beauty transcend age. Beyond acting, Isabella has directed documentaries including My Dad is 100 Years Old in 2006, which her twin sister criticized as inappropriate, and created the acclaimed series Green Porno from 2008-2009, Seduce Me in 2010, and Mamas in 2013, which she adapted into live shows. She authored books including My Chickens and I in 2018. In 22-25, she joined The Beauty in February and The Bitter End with Joan Collins. She discussed her career in interviews, noting better opportunities with age. A documentary, A Season with Isabella Rossellini, secured distribution in September 2025. A new one-woman show is premiering in March 2026. She lives as an organic farmer, part-time resident of Bellport, Long Island, and trains guide dogs. Jeff Bridges. Jeff Bridges was born on December 4th, 1949 in Los Angeles, California, to actors Lloyd Bridges and Dorothy Bridges. His father, Lloyd Bridges, was a prolific actor known for roles in films like High Noon and the TV series Sea Hunt, passing away in 1998.
Was he a great guy to grow up with your dad?
Oh, man. Oh, yeah.
Jeff grew up in a show business family alongside his older brother, Bo, who also became an actor, and the brothers often appeared in their father's projects during childhood.
I think the thing that I learned most about acting from him was just the joy in which he approached the thing.
His first screen appearance was an uncredited role in The Company She Keeps in 1951 at just 1 year old. His major breakthrough came with The Last Picture Show in 1971, earning his first Academy Award nomination for Best Supporting Actor. Over the following decades, Jeff built one of the most respected careers in Hollywood, with 7 Academy Award nominations and a win for Crazy Heart in 2009. Iconic roles include Kevin Flynn in Tron in 1982, pioneering visual effects that would influence cinema for decades, but his most culturally significant role came in The Big Lebowski in 1998 as the Dude, a character that would become a cult phenomenon. Bridges has expressed surprise by its initial lack of commercial success, but it's now celebrated as one of the greatest comedies ever made. Other notable films include Starman in 1984, The Fisher King in 1991, True Grit in 2010, and Hell or High Water in 2016. Recent roles include The Old Man from 2022 present on FX, earning Emmy and Golden Globe nominations, and reprising Kevin Flynn in Tron, Ares in 2025. He's also a musician, releasing albums like Be Here Soon and Jeff Bridges, and a photographer with exhibitions. He won Golden Globes for Crazy Heart and the Cecil B. DeMille Award in 2019. He received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame in 1994 and was honored with the Chaplin Gala Award in 2024. Jeff met Susan Jeston on the set of Rancho Deluxe in 1975 and married her in 1977. They have 3 daughters, Isabel, 1981, Jessica, 1983, and Haley, 1985. By all accounts, their marriage is one of Hollywood's most stable and loving. Then came 2020, the year that nearly took everything away. In October 2020, Bridges was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin lymphoma and underwent chemotherapy. As if that wasn't enough, he contracted COVID-19 during treatment, describing it as making cancer look like a piece of cake. The combination of both diseases nearly killed him. September 2021, his cancer was in remission, but the battle left its scars. As of 2025, he reports feeling very good nearly 5 years later, though he continues to deal with long-term COVID effects. Adding to his challenges, the family home in Malibu burned down in the January 2025 Palisades fire, losing decades of memories and possessions. Bridges has been active in activism, founding the End Hunger Network in 1984 and supporting No Kid Hungry since 2010. He advocates for environmental causes like the Amazon Conservation Team and practices Buddhism with daily meditation. Jennifer Aniston. Jennifer Joanna Aniston was born on February 11, 1969 in Sherman Oaks, Los Angeles, California, to actors John Aniston and Nancy Dow. Her father, John Aniston, was a Greek-born actor known for his long-running role on the soap opera Days of Our Lives, and her mother, Nancy Dow, was an actress of English, Irish, Scottish, and Greek descent. Her godfather was actor Telly Savalas, a close friend of her father's.
I got into performing arts, so that started it, I guess. And then as you get older, you start realizing I can make a living doing this, because everything, you see that your dad is doing, I could do that too, and so you just sort of, I don't know when I actually took it seriously, when I said this is going to be my career, but...
The family moved to New York City when she was young, and her parents divorced when she was 9. Despite her father's career, she was discouraged from watching TV, though she found ways around it. Her relationship with her mother was strained, leading to estrangement, though they reconciled before Nancy's death in 2016. John Aniston passed away in 2022, and Jennifer has spoken fondly of him, calling him Papa. Her breakthrough was as Rachel Green on Friends from 1994-2004, earning her an Emmy, Golden Globe, and SAG Award. The show made her a global icon and one of the highest-paid TV actresses, earning $1 million per episode in the final seasons. Post-Friends, she starred in numerous successful films, including Marley and Me, which grossed $240 million, and We're the Millers, which earned $269 million. In TV, she returned with The Morning Show from 2019-present, earning multiple Emmy and Golden Globe nominations. She co-founded Echo Films in 2008 and launched LolaVie Hair Care in 2021. She holds a Guinness World Record for fastest to reach 1 million Instagram followers, achieving it in just 5 hours and 16 minutes. Her personal life has been subject to intense media scrutiny. She was married to Brad Pitt from 2000-2005 and Justin Theroux from 2015-2018. Throughout both marriages and after, she faced relentless speculation about why she didn't have children, speculation that crossed from curiosity into cruelty. Then came the I Sabao revelation that would silence critics and break heart. In 2022, Aniston revealed her 20-year struggle with infertility, including failed IVF attempts throughout her 30s and 40s. She discussed rejecting adoption and slammed media speculation during her marriage to Brad Pitt that portrayed her as not wanting kids, when the painful truth was that she desperately wanted children but couldn't have them. In 2016, she wrote an op-ed criticizing body shaming and pregnancy rumors, calling out the media's objectification of women and the harmful assumption that a woman isn't complete without children. The piece was powerful, but it couldn't stop the rumors entirely. In 2025, Aniston discussed her smart fitness routine, flashing abs and maintaining a size 2. She issued a challenge to America in gym attire, promoting health and wellness. Speculation arose about her role in a potential Jetsons movie. She continues work on The Morning Show and LolaVie expansions, maintaining her status as a top earner with a net worth of $300 million. And with that, we've come to the end of this deep dive. For more juicy content like this, smash that subscribe button, hit the bell for notifications, and check out the cards showing on your screen for more videos. Don't forget to comment your thoughts below.